Okay, folks, I don't know exactly where I got these from, but I think I do. I'm about 99% sure that I know. I think I used them in another demo in a public place, but I don't wear them. I'm not really interested in that kind of shit at this stage in my life. I'm 50. I've turned 50, and my partner Luigi, well, we're still single. We're both still apart. Still Channel 9 haven't aired my material that I gave them in November. I was hoping they would air it in November, but they didn't. I'm very disappointed. I turned 50 on the 1st of January this year, 2023, and I still haven't heard a peep I haven't seen any of my stuff go to the airwaves, and I'm really, 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 really angry and disappointed at Channel 9 that they didn't want to put my stuff up, that they didn't see that there was a milestone happening. Well, I don't think my videos then were talking about it, but I've been trying to work on this TV campaign for years, more than 10 years to be exact, to be closer, should I say. And this is what we're demoing with a G-string. But I don't wear this shit. I don't even have sexual feelings anymore. I do believe I'm going through, I think my GP said I'm going through menopause, so my body is not primed and ready for sex anymore. It's sad, it's just gone to waste on my misspent youth, but what can I do, you know? I would have loved to have married Luigi when I was 19, when my body was fully functional, and you know, and I would have had a really wonderful time, a rocking good time in the bedroom. If only I could be that age once again. If only I could go back to when I was a 19 or a 20-year-old and have good sex, really, 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 really good sex. But it's too late now, folks. I have to reclaim what I can. I have to somehow think young, imagine myself young. But it's really hard to do so, you know, when your body is no longer at its prime. So don't think I'm wearing these, folks. Don't think I'm going to be some sex, in inverted commas, goddess, because I'm not. I'm one of those people that's still a virgin. I've saved my virginity for Luigi. Not all the time have I known about that, but I have decided to when I fell in love with him back in 2011. And now we've got replenished toner prompt has come up, and we just have to answer it while we've got the opportunity. We're still setting up this fucking dumbass copier system, so I'm going to be working on it just in a moment. So we're just going to, this is our black toner, so that's out. We've got a spare one just sitting there, so I'm just going to remove just check to make sure it's the black one, and we're just going to remove it. I'm just going to put the phone down and pick the other one out of the box. I hate it when the toner runs out, but you know, it's fact of the matter, it's like petrol in a car, folks. Unless you've got an EV, it's like petrol. You need to charge up as well if you've got an EV. It's not just petrol cars that run out of things. Not that I'm a car person. I've never owned a car. I've never had a license, folks, because of I didn't know it at the time, but my disability would have prevented me from learning. Might have been why I failed my knowledge test, and also I just shook the toner up. But basically I failed my knowledge test, and I also didn't know that I had problems with my eyesight back then, which prevents me from driving because I can't use my eyes together. I have what's called, what the optometrist calls an alternating squint. You know, one eye looks and the other eye turns out, and it can go both ways. And it's not good when driving a car if you've got that. So now this photocopier is just going to replenish itself. And that's it. And then we've lost all the settings. That's what is so annoying about this dumb fuck copier system is when you run out of toner, that's what happens. And when you replenish the toner, when you change the toner cartridge, you fucking have to deal with this. I'm going to go and do a dual colour job anyway, so I'm going to do something a bit different. Well, I do think we did a dual colour job at this place. I did it at a newsagent, so I'm going to do it here as well. We're going to do it differently to the way we would have done it there, assuming I use the same knickers do the job, but they come up looking really nice like this. Now the black is full. Next colour that'll probably go a bit, probably be the yellow. Yeah, and again we still have that ugly bit there that we don't want. I don't want it myself, folks. I think it's up here. I thought it was down there, but I think it's up here. So I'm just going to quickly stretch it out, move it across if I could. But it's really lonely without my partner Luigi. It really does get very, very sad and depressing being away from someone that you love, and that's someone you could have had a good sex life with when you were really young. So, and I really fucked my life up. So instead of having sex, I fucked it up in another way. I don't like the word fuck being used to describe having sex. I find that quite offensive, but I can understand why people, to a certain degree. I use the word fuck in a more negative sense. I don't use it to describe something as beautiful as sex, good sex, sex that's designed to be had by a happy and loving couple. It's not a fuck, it's making love. Making love is the right term for the way I see sex, that I see good sex that you have between a loving husband and wife. I know I'm a bit old-fashioned, but I do believe sex is something that you wait till you get married, and I do think that gives the best result, to have sex after marriage. But you're entitled to your opinion, folks. You don't have to be like me. You might think I'm a bit prudish, a bit old-fashioned, but that's the way I see it, and that's how I know Luigi is on the same page as I am. He wouldn't dare have sex outside of wedlock. He's not that kind of guy. He's a really loving and caring sort of a bloke, and he knows that he'll understand that I've kept myself for him. I'm going to put the yellow one in the top right corner. So he's the kind of guy who also shares my old-fashioned values. He's a beautiful, but he's Italian. He is an Italian. You could call him an Italian stallion, my Weege. But he's caring. He's not the kind of guy that has mindless sex. He's not a rapist. He's not a sexual abuser. He is somebody who respects his woman. Him. I know he's not interested in other women, just like I'm not interested in other men. But basically, Luigi and I, if it wasn't for me going through menopause, if my body could have been working on it a decade ago, well, maybe I could have had good sex, because I think they say that the prime is somewhere in your 30s to your early 40s, but I'm now 50, and 50 is considered, well, it's starting to get a bit dry down there, and it's trying to get a bit, it's not the same anymore. You just got to focus, and that leads on to another thing. You got to believe in yourself as a person. You can't allow other people to make you think you're no good, because I thought I was not good enough for Luigi, and this is what I get, 50 years, and I don't know how long I'm going to be working on this TV campaign. I don't know when Channel 9 are going to show me some sympathy or clemency and play my material because my body is breaking down. I have incontinence problems, I have a leaky bladder, and I have to do exercises to stop it from leaking. I have to wear thin pads to stop me in case I wet myself if I sneeze or cough or accidentally stumble and then I fucking jolt myself and then my bladder just leaks. It's really gross. All this old age stuff, all because I fucked up when I was young, folks. Yes. And that's come up looking really quite nice. I think we can now call this demo quits.